All right, so we're going to talk today about something that's called absolute value. Absolute value is basically this. When we talk about absolute values, notice how I just put these two symbols here. Well, let's start with talking about the absolute value of a number. The absolute value of a number, this is the notation. So this notation here means the absolute value of 9. So when I ask you the absolute value of 9, I'm basically asking you whatever the number is, how far is that number on the number line away from 0? So we draw our number line here. So if we were to count how far 9 is from 0, well, let's start at 9 right here. Here's 9, and let's count each space over. I know this is not equally spaced between the lines. Kind of try to overlook that this time. But from 9 we'd go here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Therefore, the absolute value of 9 would equal 9. Simple as that. So let's try one more. Well, let's say that they give us this. Here's the absolute value sign. Anything inside of here, they're asking for the absolute value of that number. Well, the number 5, that's a little funny looking 5, but you know it's a 5. So the absolute value of 5 is what they're asking. Forgive me, that's a negative 5. Negative 5, remember, the absolute value of negative 5. So you're looking at negative 5, and you want to see how far is negative 5 from 0. What we would do is look at negative 5, and from negative 5, I'm going to plot a dot on negative 5. I'm going to count over how many spaces I have to go to get back to 0. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Therefore, the absolute value of negative 5 equals just 5. It would be 5. Remember, whenever you take the absolute value, it's going to end up being just how far that number is from 0. And the last thing we will talk about is this. When they ask for the absolute value of a number, but there's a negative sign outside of the absolute value brackets, what you will do is find out how far that number inside is from 0, which 6 is 6 spaces away from 0. And once you find out how far the number is from 0, then you just add whatever sign is outside, which would be a negative sign in this case. Add that sign to the number in the brackets. So if you're saying negative absolute value of 6, you would say negative 6, because 6 is 6 places away from 0. And if you want the negative absolute value of 6, then you would just say negative 6. We'll try one more. And let's say that they ask us for the negative absolute value of negative 2. Well, the first thing we will do is we will see how far negative 2 is away from 0. Well, here's negative 2 right here. Let's count how far it is from 0. It is 1, 2 spaces away from 0. Therefore, the absolute value of negative 2 is 2, but because they asked for the negative absolute value, you're going to make it negative, and the answer would be negative 2. All right, for those who can't see that well, I'm going to write it again up here. It equals negative 2. And that's basically it.